Hello everybody, my name is Sasha and welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to talk about how to learn and remember some information which you just read faster than you did before. If you're interested, let's get started. In general, all the human beings forget around 70% of the information which they just read or heard. Usually when we learn something, we used to check same information multiple times, and this is not effective. Instead of checking and reading same information 100 times, you simply need to try to remember what you just read. You can do that simply by writing it down or try to speak it out. But the main point is that you shouldn't read this information just pointlessly 100 times. So one time you read, you try to memorize, you wrote everything what you remember down. Then you can read second time and try to speak it out. I know that it can be maybe quite exhausting if you, for example, write down same information and then you need to speak it out, but that way your brain really start to work because you give him some sort of exercise. So he's not just meaninglessly reading some text or listening something. So because you're giving him some task, your brain. So that's why when you know that you will need to memorize this information, your brain starts also to record all this information more carefully. Also, you need to memorize this information not only just once, but with some intervals of time. For example, you learned something on Tuesday, then you memorized it. Then you memorized it on Wednesday, then you memorized it in the end of the week. Then you memorized it after 2 weeks. And that way information will stay in your mind if you will check it out time by time. That way, if you complete some tests straight after you learn some material, it will increase these chances to remember such material for many times. Also, when I studied in the United States in 2019 summer, so they used such technique that initially we completed some tests and we didn't know information, from this test, so it was pretty random. Then we learned some material, and after we learned it, we completed this test again. So that way you already know to what you should pay attention, to what information is the most important maybe in this flow of new knowledge. So, and that way it really stays in your mind longer. Also, very good way to remember some information, and it's very simple, but most of the people for some reason forget about it, is the cards. So for example, you use some paper or some card and you're writing down some term, for example, or some rule in one side of the card, then you flip and you write an explanation on another side. So that way, every time when you repeat it, you use one side of the card. So, and it helps you also to memorize some material better, because firstly, you saw it, then you wrote it down, and then you try to memorize it by, for example, flipping this card. For this reason, I know that maybe it's not so good or it's not so comfortable to waste lots of paper. For this reason, there are also some applications for your phone which you can use and which can really help you. So the name of this app is Anki. You can see it now on the screen. It works same way. So you simply put on information on one side, and then your phone shows you this card, this rule or maybe word or information. Then you press flip and it shows kind of the answer. So these are the rules to remember all the information you read or listen more efficiently and with a higher percent of information which will really stays in your mind. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful for you. Please give me a big thumbs up if it was. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel not to skip next videos, and see you guys soon. Bye!